This episode is proudly supported by ArtsPay. As a hospitality owner, you know that when it comes to business, the right tools are everything, especially when it comes to payments. ArtsPay, based in Australia, is a payment solution built on a unique model. They give 50% of their profits back to the arts community. They provide world-class point-of-sale payments and support that make your operations run smoothly. But with every transaction, a portion of the fees helps build a permanent funding source for Australia's artists and cultural institutions. What's best is it costs less too. The result is a powerful way for your business to grow and become a force for good. You're not just taking payments, you're directly supporting the vibrant culture that makes our communities unique. ArtsPay believes that business should add up for everyone. For more information, go to artspay.com. ArtsPay. It pays to make the change.
Before we launch into today's episode, I just want to give a content warning. We do discuss mental health and there is a mention of suicide. If this isn't going to be the right thing for you today, then skip through to the next show.
My mindset is, if men can do it, I can do it. It's always that mindset. And again, it's not about only one person to build the team. It's always a lot of people. Just always do it, prove yourself. You know, there's always a challenge, but that challenge will be good if you put it in a positive way.
Hello everyone, it's Dani Valent here and we are doing Dirty Linen. Yes, we are telling tales from the world of food. I am talking to you at sort of the end of my working day. This is the last thing I'm going to do before I wrap up and I've been looking forward to it all day. What does a day in the life of a food journalist entail? Well, what does it mean today? Today I've written a restaurant review. I have investigated a vanilla slice. I've taken my dog for a walk. I've thought about what I'm going to have for dinner. I've made a few phone calls and I've done a bit of social media. But doing these podcasts is the highlight of my day, and I am especially excited to welcome today's guest. I was lucky enough to be at a dinner cooked and convened by Princess Anne Ooi, who is the executive sous chef at Marvel Stadium. Princess is also a previous head chef of Nobu, and she is representing Australia at the World Food Championships in the US in October. Princess, you have done so much and you have so much more to do. Welcome to Dirty Linen.
Hello, how are you? It's such an honor to be here with you, Dani.
It's a thrill to have you on the show, Princess. When I was at Marvel Stadium in the function room last week, I felt so much love in the room for you. So many people at Delaware North, your employer, who are just obviously so glad to have you as part of their crew. There were so many people from the Filipino community there who were extremely excited to have you repping the country and the cuisine. And just so many people from the world of hospitality who I think really respect your energy, your endeavour, the spirit that you bring to the work that you do. And by the way, the food was amazing as well.
Thank you. It was a really surprising night.
Well, tell me a bit about your work week to week, day to day, and then we can talk about the World Food Championships as well.
Yeah, sure. By the way, is it your first time at Marvel Stadium?
Oh no, I'm a footy fan. So no, I've been to Marvel Stadium a lot. Yeah, also eaten at some of the other restaurants there. So no, I know the place, but I'd never been in that room and never been to something so fancy and swanky at Marvel Stadium before.
Yes, Skyline is one of our top function rooms at Marvel Stadium. It was really nice because they given me a chance to showcase the room, not only showcasing myself but also showcasing the Marvel Stadium itself. My daily job at Marvel Stadium is not easy, but yeah, it's I'm enjoying every time and all the tasks that they put into me. I'm executive sous chef at Marvel Stadium, which is I handle all the retail part. Previously, I'm handling all the members, which is I do the restaurants, buffets for all the members of the stadium. And then now I moved to retail because they want to lift the food at retail, not just serving pies, chips, and hot dogs, burgers, but instead we did a lot of innovation and new ideas, inserting new foods like concepts. This year AFL we did like 6 concepts that we actually released it for Marvel Stadium. We have a K Town, which is Korean food, Chinese food, which is I have my hawker by Princess in the stadium, um, which is giving my heritage as a Chinese, and also, like dumplings while you watching your footy teams. And then we do functions as well. We have a new concept of souvlaki, which is we created our own brand, and it's named as a souvlaki by Constantina. We also have the Little Italy to give more flavor of Italy to our foodie stadium. Yeah, so a lot of things been changed and been imparted to this year, which is a good result. Most of the patrons really love the food, and we're so surprised because all the sales gone up, and yeah.
It's so great. So, I mean, what are some of the challenges, the opportunities, the challenges when in such a role?
I think it's because we are in a massive place wherein we are catering for 5,000, like 10,000 and up. A busy game like a Bulldogs will come in. We will have 35 to 45,000 crowd. It's a massive one. And in retail, we do have 100 employees in a day. So going to each kitchen and checking all the qualities and standards that we produce in terms of food, and the service. It's a massive work. We need to stretch out our legs to keep walking from up and down. And probably I do a 10 laps in a day when there's a busy match. But of course, we're looking into the quality of the food and all the food that we serve, we need to have with the quality, of course.
What do you think is in you that makes you the right person for this job?
At first, I'm also struggling, but I think the most important thing is to trust your subordinates, like all your staff, give them a proper training. When we started the new brands, we make sure that the training will start from me and I can execute it, because from time to time we missing one person in a section. If I pass by the section, I need to do it by myself as well. I pull off my sleeves and do it with the people that I have in the outlet. The most important thing is to encourage them to do it at the same time that they don't feel it alone, like they are left out, they're slaves, something like that. Instead, we encourage them to do it together as a team, and with respect in the team as well. I think that's the challenge, is the team, because it's quite big, but it always starts from us to develop the people.
There was, the CEO of Delaware North spoke at the event. You fed 140 people. There was a table of Delaware execs. What sort of support do you need from your employers to ensure that you can do the best job?
the most important thing is to, when we are being recognized in our job, like, not necessarily to reward you, but in a daily basis, if you did a good job, just tap at the back. It means a lot to people. Um, in my position now, probably I really don't expect people will tap my back, but in the end of the day, if we did a good job, we just say, hey, we keep moving forward together, like we always be together to be a team, and then tap at the back that we keep moving forward and you did a great job. Because I always do that. I always do that with my staff, and now that they think that they are recognized, they are more engaged to do the work, instead of just, okay, like shut and go, like that attitude. It's quite hard for you to get the acknowledgement from your staff, and they will not be engaged at all.
What, I mean, you were the head chef of Nobu at Crown, which is a machine. Like, that's a big restaurant. There's a lot of different sections or sub restaurants, I would say. You must have had a big team there as well. But what are some of the, the scale of Marvel Stadium, 35,000, 40,000 people? I mean, this is mind boggling. What do you wish people knew about the work of event chefs?
The event chefs is really different, because even I jump into Marvel Stadium, I was so shocked. There is a culture shock between a restaurant and jumping into an event. Catering, from probably when I was in Nobu, my maximum capacity to do the event is only, let's say, 300 packs. But in here we had like 1,000 straight away. When I started at Delaware, at Marvel Stadium, we have 1,200 packs function. And I was so surprised on how organized and detailed the people to do all the preps and execution. I think the most important thing that people would know about events is, it's not about the daily basis of the service. It's more on how you become more proactive in your prep list, organization, communication, because there's in a restaurant we only have probably maximum of 25 to 30 people, but in this organization we do have around 50 in line, and that 50 chefs will straight away need to know what they need to do. So we need to have the plan. We also need to have delegation, wherein a chef needs to lead this area and a chef needs to lead the pass. The great, I think the great advice will be a proper communication, a prep list, being organized, and on top of that is all the allergies are not easy. The dietaries, we expected for 1,200, just an example. We had 1,200 guests, and the dietaries, you know how much? It's 300. 300.
Princess, what the hell? Oh my god,
That's crazy. It's like you're already running a function of dietaries. Yeah, it was.
Well, I think the fact that you're laughing about that is very telling. It's good on you.
It was crazy, but definitely when you are in dietaries, you need to be focused, organized, and oriented. Yeah. So that's the difference between a restaurant and an event.
Was that I mean, you mentioned you struggled at the beginning. Have you always been an organized person?
Yeah, because in a restaurant is a daily job wherein you already know what to do, like one, two, three. When you are in a function, if someone get out of the line, definitely it breaks everything. So it's more on how you think ahead instead of having it one, two, three.
Yeah, I imagine getting in the weeds in a function, a large function, must be pretty intense.
Intense, super intense, where people will say, next one, and then someone will stop the queue. It will disorganize everything. But of course, if the lead person, like the lead chef, will is still strong, then everything will be okay. Yeah. Communication is the key.
So you've extended yourself with all these competitions as well. You swept the Australian World Food Championships in 2023 in barbecue. Then you took it to Dallas. You got 5th place. Amazing. And then 2024, 2nd place in seafood at the World Food Championships. And you are heading over as a general chef competitor, hopefully coming home with first prize. We'll love you anyway. Just do your best in the World Food Championships coming up soon. What is it that makes you want to do this to yourself?
Yeah. Some of my friends call me crazy, but actually, before when I was young and when I was a kid, I was thinking competition is just to win a prize. Along the way, when I shared the story about my struggle, about before I went to Delaware, that I had this dream that it never come, like it never works. So when I was in my mental health situation that time, I struggle a lot. And there's in the middle of the time that World Food Championship said, you are qualified to compete in World Food Championship. And on that time, I don't want to compete because I was struggling. But then my husband kicked me to like saying, you need to join. So when we joined that competition, to make it short, we went to Melbourne exhibition and competed in 2023, and we got nothing. So my husband started to ask some help from our friend just to join the competition and put my feet on the ground again. And yeah, luckily we won the championship, and we are competed with all these barbecue enthusiasts and experts. And then I'm so surprised for myself that I made it until the championship. And then the next problem was, how can I go to US? Um, Along the way until the US, I'm still scared because I don't know where I'm gonna go. And competing in the American world is not easy because they are all expert in barbecue. That's their food. That's their life. But seeing myself in there, I had the chance to go there. And then we competed. I'm the only person who wearing white, which is chef. And everyone wearing like black and barbecue, big boy with the big barbecue machines. And I was just having a marquee and a canopy outside the very cold afternoon. And when they said, Princess, you are going to um, finals, and I was like, is this seriously? And I have a story about this, and maybe you're gonna laugh about it. So when I went to semifinals, um, they said to me that you can do your own thing, you can do your favorite food, and to showcase for finals. And then they said, I asked all the Americans, and I said, if you're gonna choose between a seafood and a duck, which one you gonna cook? And then I asked 10 people, which is my competitors, and everyone said seafood. And then I turned around, I said to my husband, let's buy duck. Let's challenge ourselves to buy duck. Yes. And we keep looking for a duck, and luckily we found one. And then I cook it for finals, and then everyone was so shocked. Looking at the judges, they doesn't like to eat the duck, but when I presented, well, I have a 10 minutes interrogation just to prove my dish, and I was successfully goes to finals. So why I'm saying this is because I've learned a lot on that competition, that it's not about the prize anymore. It's about enjoying the journey and experience through the World Food Championship in any kind of competition. It's not about competing only with your competitors, but instead enjoying what you are in there, showing up yourself. It's not only proving what you can do, but also learning from your competitors what you can learn from them. And that journey really put me on that place why I keep wanting to do the competition, is to put myself back on my feet.
Well, you mentioned Princess, the struggles that you had. Can you tell us more about what happened? I think it's such a relatable scenario. So many people, not just in hospitality, but in every arena of life, have huge challenges, and it really knocks them around. What's your story?
Yeah. So my story was, I was a head chef in Nobu before, and before I couldn't tell the story because if I open my mouth straight away, I will blast to tears. But I think now I gain myself a little bit, but it's still a process. Um, so prior to that, I was a head chef of Nobu, and I dreamed to have my own restaurant. And then it came to the point that I trusted the person, and then we come along to until we get all the permits and stuff like that, and ready to go. And then in one click, everything changed because one of our investor just didn't came back. So that's the story. It's so sad, but you know, maybe it in God's will that it didn't happen because they really want me to do something else. But in that point of time, I lose everything. I lose myself. I lose the trust in myself, the confidence, and to the point that I suffer mental health and probably commit suicide, I would say. Um, and then I go back again and look. I called my mom because my mom is suffering with cancer, and my younger sister as well. And they said to me, "Look, you're not sick. You have skills." Yeah, I'm about to cry now, but yeah, this is the courage to fight this emotion. But yeah, they said, "Look, you still you don't have any sickness. You keep moving into your life. You have skills. You can do something better. It's not end of the world. Us, we are sick, but we still keep fighting for our life. So you better do it for yourself as well." So it clicks into my mind that I need to stand up again and find something for me to go up again. And that's the thing that maybe I put my attention to a competition for me to don't do anything bad, but instead just to compete and find myself. I think that's what the competition makes good for me, to channel myself towards the skills.
Wow, Princess, it's such an intense story. You're making me cry as well now.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's just we just don't know what people are carrying, do we? Like we all bring such big stories to the work that we do, and the way we carry ourselves in the world. And it's so striking that it was people who were dealing with something so big in their own lives that were able to, I suppose, show you another path. And of course, that's true. You do have these incredible skills, and I've heard from people that. Excuse me. People that I can see how much people respect you. I'm sure that you've turned so many. You've helped other people turn so many corners in their own lives. I suppose it just makes me reflect on what we're all here for. We're all here for one another, aren't we? In the best case. Oh my goodness, this is turning into a real weep fest. But it's I think it doesn't matter what arena we work in. We have so much to give and share and hold up together.
Yes. And to just add on to that, because we're already on that emotion. So on that time when we won the first one, I was like, I was still in my mental health. And when I came back to work, I was so lucky that Delaware still, trust me. Marcus was there, Alex was there. And they said, do you want to be part of the tennis? So I was part of the tennis, and that's the first step that I go with again and to prove myself. And after that, I competed again last year, which is the seafood. Delaware supported me, and a lot of people supported me, like Clams, Global Meats, Unox, Bead Food. A lot of them really trust me. So it boosts again my energy to compete. And you know what? Our second competition in the US, the struggle there, we lost our baggage on the way to
Whoa.
Indianapolis.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then I was so struggling because that time we just have enough money and to compete. And the support that I get from Delaware was absolutely unbelievable because from Melbourne, um, Paul, which is our general manager, he even communicated to US, LA, just to help me out, to sort things out about my luggage. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it, but the support that they put into me, like, what do you need? Can we do something else? Can we do this? Can we do that? And they send me a support that I could never imagine that it will come in my life, because there are some companies that will just help you in a way to be delivered only for work, but they exceeded that. Even you're out of work, you're out of the country, they still care about you. And I'm so blessed to have the people surround me with that. And I'm so getting emotional now.
Princess, with all of this, like, what's the lesson? Like, what do you carry forward?
The lesson I really learned from this journey, from the time that you dream big and then you lose everything, and it's slowly coming back again, your feet to the ground and do it again to way up, is you're not alone. You cannot just think that you're always alone, because there's always people will lift you and will help you to go up again. Success is not only a one person job. It's a collaborative effort of everyone. Even in the team, I would say that there's no recognized team in the world that never had they never only have one member. It's always a team of 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people. Even us in Marvel Stadium, we couldn't feed a 40,000 crowd if it's only one person. It's a massive effort of our team. So in life, it's not only pushing yourself to the top, but people will push you when you do good things.
Yeah, beautiful. So, I mean, we sometimes gain our wisdom through much difficulty, but I'm so glad that you have these lessons to share with us all. Princess, as I mentioned, the Filipino community was there in strength and volume, supporting you. Tell me a bit about, your Filipino heritage and what that means to you.
Yes. So I'm Filipino by blood, and I was born in the Philippines in Quezon City, which is Manila part. And since then, I really love to cook because my grandma teaches me every Sunday roast, like what we have in our family. And from them, I really learned my cooking and my heritage. So until now, I carry it every time I compete. I always put and I always put the touch of Filipino flavor, and at the same time of my experience. So sometimes it's always be Japanese and a Filipino taste. It I can never go wrong if I will always deliver my culture, because that's the taste. And even I close my eyes, my hand will know how to make it. And I'm so proud to do it. My first dish to put in the competition is the lechon, and I cannot stop thinking about it because I love charcoal, I love pork, and when I competed here in Australia, I in Melbourne particularly, I really put lechon in there because it's a big significant food in our culture, and to showcase as well where I came from. Yeah, and the Filipino community really when they knew my friends that I'm competing and they know it's lechon, everyone came to Melbourne exhibition, and I have the biggest crowd in the competition. The support that I had was absolutely amazing. Even probably if I will have a one marquee in maybe in Victoria Market, probably all the Filipino will come and see me just to taste the food and maybe the lechon. Yeah, so it plays a big part.
Well, I'll be there too, Princess. I will definitely follow the lechon.
Now we are best friends, Danny.
Yeah. Definitely, yes. I am part of your crew. I definitely am on Team Princess. That is for sure. So, what do you need to do before you get over to compete? Is there training? I mean, you've got your day job. Like, how do you fit everything in?
So in daily life, I always have my work. Of course, it's 9 to 5, or it depends on the games that we have at Marvel Stadium or the function. And at the same time, I also do some because I help my friends, which is more on the women in the business. If they need hand with their restaurants, cafes, and menu writing, recipe, fixing the recipe, or doing a monthly flavor of their restaurant. So I help all my women friends. Of course, not segregating the men, but more on the women empowerment. And then for my competition, what I do is this September, I will be in the Philippines to have some of my invitation to become a culinary judge, and also to give a women empowerment in the Philippines. And then after coming back from the Philippines, we'll have some R&D for my competition. So we will do testings, we will buy all the ingredients, and we will have 2 training part before we leave off to US. Yeah. Hopefully our baggage will not be missing this time.
Oh my goodness! I surely it won't. Surely you can't be unlucky twice in a row. That's just the worst. It's the worst feeling, especially when you need your stuff to compete. My goodness! Wow, Princess. So I mean, we love to give a bit of advice on this show, and I didn't realize you have this whole consulting side to what you do, and I love it, especially that it's focusing on women. Maybe let's speak to women in the industry. It's not an easy path for anyone, and it can be particularly tough for women. What would you say to a woman in hospitality who perhaps needs a few words of strength and wisdom?
Yes, definitely being in the hospitality is quite tough. Even me, I get bullied many times. At first, it was really hurting because, the pride and ego is still there. But people will tend to be nice to you if you prove yourself to them. It's no doubt. It's always like that. Negativity will always be there. But in the end of the day, if you challenge yourself to put that all negative part to be a challenge for you to keep going on, to be more positive, I think it will be a good turnout at the end. We as women inside a male-dominate place, it's quite hard to prove ourselves, but empowering yourself, like not only reading books but definitely listening to different people, how they had the experience, and then you adapt what they did before, it will have a big chance for you to change the environment in the kitchen. For example, when I was working in Nobu in particular, it's a busy place before that. I'm working from outside, and I jump into Nobu, where Nobu is crazy busy, and everyone is a male dominated Japanese people, very strong character, and because they are all skilled power, it's not about being just a man. They are all skilled people. So to prove yourself and to be with them is not just keep like talking. It's not about making joke. It's more on do whatever they do and do exactly what they want you to do, and prove to them that you can do it even you're a female. Like if the men can do it, my mindset is if men can do it, I can do it. It's always that mindset. And again, it's not about only one person to build the team. It's always a lot of people will be there. So whoever, like a woman who's struggling at this stage in the kitchen, just always do it, prove yourself. There's always a challenge, but that challenge will be good if you put it in a positive way.
As I'm listening to you, I think that's really great advice. But I also think maybe I asked the wrong question, because actually, why do women have to battle against this? Like, what do men need to be doing to lift women up?
Good question. So the man needs to understand women as well, but more importantly, I think in the kitchen they just need to give respect. That's the only word that we can do it, because in any way, in any circumstances, if there's no respect, people will never treat each and every one a good thing.
Yeah, it's pretty simple actually. We just need that one word.
Yes. It's only one word, and it's respect. Yes.
Princess, what do you love about what you do?
I really love when people smile at eating my food, and also I really love when if I touch people's life and they do positive things as well, like I influence them in the right path. Like for example, my friend is so down because the restaurant doesn't have any sales or anything. And then they come to you and said, Princess, I just need a hand because of this, and that. I did a one consulting without any fee just to help my friend to collate and gather herself to be back again. Like, let's move forward. Don't worry about the cost. Don't worry about that. We move forward and put your business up again. And it so happened that they did well that time. And I'm happy because I'm part of their success.
Wow, Princess, that's amazing. I'm going to get some tips about the good restaurants to visit in Melbourne from you after we get off this call. But I would love to thank you so much for sharing with us today. I think your story is so powerful. Your energy is amazing. I'm so happy we're besties now. And go Team Princess.
Thank you, Dani. You're my bestie now.
Definitely. We've cried together on a podcast, so now it's sealed.
Exactly. Oh my God. How silly I am.
No, you're beautiful. How beautiful you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is Dirty Linen, and I'm Dani Valent. We air the issues that the hospitality industry finds hard to talk about, hearing from different people with unique perspectives. We want to hear from you as well. If you have something that needs to be said about a topic, get in touch so we can include your perspective. Contact us at dirtylinenat.deepintheweeds.com.au or hit us up on Insta at Dirty Linen Podcast. We can't wait to hear from you.
This